Hello, I'm Autumn Fiend, and I'm going to be talking about how Forever 21 can make their website accessible for the user. Did you know that only 3% of websites currently in the United States are accessible? That is half the reason why I chose Forever 21's e-commerce website. They have some good things and they have some bad things. The focus of what I'm looking through with fixing this website is for people with visual impairments, and I'm going to be talking about 5 problem areas. So this is a persona that I created off of Maha. Maha is a YouTuber who talks about their life with being blind. Maha has retinitis pigmentosa. That means that they have the opposite of tunnel vision. That means that Maha is only really able to see peripheral vision. That means that they are more than 50% blind. They also use majority keyboard controls when navigating through their laptop. They also struggle with eye fatigue, so they are trying to tab through websites as fast as possible to make it so they are not on their computers very long. This is the tabs and bypass section. I am walking through what it's like to tab through the Forever 21's actual website. As you can see, it starts up at the top and then it jumps all the way down to the middle of the website for a random link to a different page on Forever 21's site. It then jumps to the very bottom and doesn't tab through any of the clothing. This is my variation of Forever 21's tabbing options. I wanted to make it so it only went through categories that were most clicked, so it jumps through the categories and only shows what people mostly use. For the example of the men's swim trunks, it would continue through those tab options through all of the other merchandise. The next problem section is the non-text content. This means that Forever 21's website has an issue with labeling their photos. In this picture, you could see the code of the alt text options on their clothing page for women. It is the same as the name. Their alt text is not anything descriptive, it is just the name of the clothing. This is my variation of the alt text fix. I made sure to add link in the beginning for the options that are going to jump you to a different clothing page, and then give a description of the clothing. The next section is orientation and position. For this, the mobile version of the Forever 21 web browser created a pop-up in a circle instead of in a square. So for this, I wanted to fix this issue by creating it into a square fixed position where all of the content will fit inside of the shape. So the next is the user interface components. For this, I fixed the navigation bar at the top. I wanted to create a section where the colors are fully accessible, so I created a lighter search bar with darker text and icons that are black, creating a higher contrast. This is the same for the icons. I also created icons to go with the text, so there's visual and screen reader options to go through these. I wanted to make sure that the color testing went through AAA WCAG testing that passed to make sure that it was accessible to everyone. So this is an example of the old navigation bar. I show here that the color testing for the search bar is failing in the testing for the WCAG, and it also shows just how congested it is over in the right corner. Example of a side-by-side comparison of the new versus the old. The next section is the error prevention. So for this section, I wanted to create a form that was based off of all of the best practices for accessibility. For this, I took away the labeling from inside of the box and put it on the outside. I created this yellow button into black and white for more contrast, as well as showing error prevention for where things are misspelled. As an example, I put my email in incorrectly and it did not show that it was wrong. Here is my variation where you could see the two variations in color as well as a written notice that something is wrong. Labels on the outside of the box and the save button. Okay, so now we're going to do a walkthrough of the website. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed this presentation. Right corner.